Hello, yes, hi, good evening. This is Alex Kokin calling in from Florida, and I want to welcome you to our weekly BDP webinar. And tonight we're going to have one of the most important skills in the GoPro book, skill number 6, which is starting your associates right. And George Ruiz will be with us presenting. George, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you very, very much, and I'm really excited tonight after what it seems was a short vacation, a long vacation, because as many of you know, I got married a few weeks ago. Then I went to a honeymoon. Then last week we had Max Steiner talking about Facebook and how to use Facebook in order to build a business. And now I'm coming back from that vacation. We can call it vacation. But anyway, I'm really excited. Before I still going is because so many things that are happening in Isagenix. As you know, the convention is coming up. But anyway, and great things are going to happen there. And tonight we are going to talk about Eric Worre book, GoPro. We have gone through the first 5 skills. The fifth skill, Adrienne Carbonell, who is my wife, Adrienne Carbonell Ruiz now. She did a great presentation on skill number 5. This skill is really important, skill number 6. And I hope, by the way, that you have read the book or you are following these seminars with the book, because these tools are really important. Now, duplication is the key for a successful business, any business, not only network marketing. Now, if you can duplicate this part, your business will not have limits. Now, in order to duplicate this part, by the way, you have to do also the actions. This skill is based on the associate interview. Now, Isagenix supplies in the back office a form, new associate interview, that you can check in your back office in the library. But here we're going to talk about the mechanism, how it works, how it's so important when you do the interview and when you're starting your distributor. This is a very important part, because you must know well your associate dreams and goals and what he or she is willing to do, or what he or she is willing not to do. This is very important. Many of us fail in using this important tool. And I have to say that I have failed a few times on this, and I think all of us, because we get so excited and then we forget all the steps on this. But anyway, but again, it's very important, guys, that you listen to this, because this is a very important part. Eric calls this the game plan interview, and he divided in 5 very important parts. These parts are essential, and you're going to see why. The first part, you must validate the prospect decision. This minimizes what is called as buyer's remorse, and you probably heard about that. You buy, it happened to you. You buy something, and then you feel bad that you bought it. Even when you get a nice Jenny, you're thinking, "Holy cow! I wonder if I did the right decision, made the right decision." Now you're reassured that they have made the right decision. This is when you say, "Congratulations, you have made the right decision." I am really excited about this. This part will take less than 5 minutes, even just a couple of minutes. The second part is really important, and it's more extensive. Set your prospect expectations. Make sure that you are 100% honest. You don't say things like, "You don't have to do much, the product sells itself, my upline and I will put people under you." Don't go like that, because then you are going to have problems, a lot of problems in the course of your business. You have to make sure that you are very, very transparent. I say things like that to the prospect, and by the way, I'm telling you too, because that applies to all of us. If you succeed, it's because you create success, not me or the company. If you fail, it's because you, not me or the company. You are the difference between success or failure. I will work with you, but not for you. This is really important, because many people want us to do everything, and that is not the way that this works. The person has to work also, and we work on the side. They put 100%, we put 100%. They put 20%, we put 20%. We equal the efforts of the other person. Now, also, it's important that you show them that you are the resource. I say something like, "I'm your resource to build the business, but it is still your business." I say to my prospect that it is harder to start this business and do it alone without using the sponsor. I see many people that come into this business and then they go out and they say, "Oh, this didn't work," but they never did a 3-way call with me, and they thought they could do it on their own way. And they obviously, like anything, you have to follow certain things. Now, also, I say something like, and this is something that Eric Worre said. He said, "My work is to guide you and support you to become financially independent." Do you think is it a good goal? Or this is a good goal? It's really, really interesting that you show that you're you are going to be supporting that person to reach his or her goal. Now, Eric says something else too, that there are ups and downs. And I say this all the time. I say we are going to deal with the R.A.D.A.R. And some of you probably have seen the video that I did a while ago that I'm going to update. And R.A.D.A.R. it stands for rejection, apathy, deception, attrition, and recruiting. Let me explain what it is. Rejection is when people say no. Very simple. You are going to have that. Doesn't matter how good you are. Doesn't matter that how much influence you have over people. You are going to have rejection. Of course, the better you are, the less rejection you will have. But by the way, rejection you not take personally. It's why I telling people they get prepared for the war. And this is why you're going to have rejection. You're going to have apathy too. In other words, you're going to be talking to people and seeing that they are zombies. They don't listen to what you said. You're going to have deception. These are people that join you and they never do anything or they lie to you. Simple. That's deception. And that's going to happen, guys. You're going to have attrition. Attrition is people that join and disappear in the black hole of who knows where of the business. And you are going to have all of them. And the fifth one, and this is also something that a lot of people get discouraged when it happens because they think they cannot happen, recruiting. And let me tell you what is recruiting. People are going to be recruiting from other companies your downline, and sometimes they are going to be successful. It doesn't matter how crappy is the other company. Sometimes they are going to go for greener pastures. Many of them come back. But I tell you, this is one of the things that upsets more people when somebody in your downline is recruited by somebody else in another company. Or who knows, by somebody in the same company that tricks the system or something like that. But although that's illegal in Isagenix. But anyway, as you see, this is important that everybody knows about you, about this. And guys, make sure you know you're going to have all these 5 problems. Now, the next part is that you have to be transparent in your business. Not only your people will trust you more, but you will duplicate the right ethics. And this is really, really important. Also, you will make sure that your prospects understand that this is their business and their responsibility and not yours or somebody else. And I said that at the beginning and Eric Worre repeat this several times in the book. But this is really powerful. Now, the part 3, make sure you have to have a getting started list. The new associate interview is a good tool to help you. Below are some ideas for our business, and I personalize or I customize this to Isagenix. For example, sign up with the right package. I prefer the business packages, and all of you, those of you that know me, they know that I always go for a business pack or the president pack, and also the pay setter, although mostly business or president pack. They will give you a better chance of success. You have a very good variety of products. And according to my experience in Isagenix Corporate, too, the statistics that they have, people who come with these packages stay longer in the business and have a higher chance of success. And the other thing that's really important, people duplicate the way that your people come in. And let me tell you why. If somebody come into your business or you come into your business and they ask you what package you came in, that's going to have a very, very powerful influence on what the package that your prospect is going to have. Now, okay, let me go there. Sign up with the right tools, and tools are important. I can't believe so many people that they don't have application form. My favorites are the Launch Party Kit. The reason I don't have application for separate applications here separate is because the Launch Party Kit, it has the applications and some forms that are really neat. Also, I like the Prosper magazine. The DVD sample pack is powerful. I'm surprised how many people don't use it. The DVD Solutions to Transform Lives is amazing. It's a DVD that has almost every video that Isagenix has. And the lookbook, and where do you find that? In Sound Concepts, isasalestools.com, isasalestools.com. The lookbook, by the way, is really powerful. You don't give it out, you just show it to people that you meet or you have it around in your house. I also like the Michael Klaus CD on network marketing. I don't remember the name. I just forgot to put it there. And obviously, training tools, Eric Worre's book, GoPro. This is really, really important, and obviously we are covering here. And also the Millionaire Mindset by Lynn Hagedorn. These are a series of CDs. The GoPro also come on CDs, and they are inexpensive. They are about $10 for Eric Worre tools and Millionaire Mindset. I think it's about $19. A great training by Lynn Hagedorn. Now, make sure your distributors are connected. They know about IsagenixBusiness.com. That's really important. Also, the webinars that we have, like this one, or webinar that you may have with your groups in Facebook are groups, and groups that you can have with your personal group. Set a tour of their website. This is really important because they have to know their website. Now, make sure you understand our pay plan, and they do too. And the ways, for example, how to maximize the Isagenix pay plan by Kathy Cooper and Isa Movie. That's a great video. Watch over and over again. Kathy Cooper does an excellent job going through the pay plan, and also 5K in 5 weeks by Kathy Cooper is an amazing video which show you how people can be in profit really, really quick. This is really powerful. Now, make sure they understand the basics of inviting. Obviously, this is where the book GoPro is incredible. Chapter 5, you have to learn it, and it's one of the reasons I give the prospect. Now, every time that a new prospect comes in Isagenix, a new distributor, I not only tell them to get the book, but to read for chapter 5 first. Now, fill the new associated interview. Obviously, they don't talk about that in the book, but this is really important. Also, setting up their game plan. This is part 4. How to make their first commission with the PIBs. This is really important. It's why you have to know the pay plan, although this is really simple. As you know, the PIBs are the fast start bonus account with all the systems in Isagenix. Tell them how the double PIB works, how to get the advanced bonuses like consultant, manager, director, and executive. Encourage them to sign for events. Really important. Give some assignments. And by the way, here is when I discover, let me first cover this, and I commented, making sure you ask them to make a list of names using Facebook, their cell phone, whatever. I tell them to read the second skill in the book called Pro, How to Invite. I tell them to read the whole book, but start with that chapter. Set their first home lunch party. Set a 3-way call. Set the goal in when they will go consultant, manager, director, or executive. And executive, actually, go for each of these. Set a goal for the next event. This is really important, guys, this part, giving assignments, because what happened is that and of course, go to the isagenixbusiness.com. I already mentioned it, but I will mention it again. It's very important. Now, assignments are very important because they will show you who is really committed. Tom Schreider, is also known as Big Al. He's an amazing trainer in network marketing, a multi-millionaire. He has built organizations of over 1 million people. And he said that he discovered, usually very early in the game, who is going to be committed to the business by giving them an assignment. And that's why assignments are so important. You give an assignment to the person, and a couple of days later you call and the person has not done them. You know that there's a red flag. That's why it's so important. As you see, this 5-step process is really powerful. It gives you more insight into your associate mind, and it creates more duplication. It's so important. Read that chapter again, guys. Make sure you listen to this webinar again, because it's going to be up sometime in the next 48 hours, 72 hours. Next week, we are going to have the last skill, inviting people to events. Again, this is part of the R.A.D.A.R book. You can read it before. If you want, you can read it before the webinar next week. But anyway, I want to see if there are any questions on this. And again, I cannot read the questions, Alex. I wonder if you can help me with that, because I cannot see the questions for some reason.
Yeah, George, actually, Mary was asking if the slides of this presentation will become available. I mentioned that we will have the webinar, the recorded webinar, tomorrow evening. It should be on the howtogetgoing.com website, but she wants to know whether these particular slides that you're using on here are going to be.
I think if I send it to you in a PDF file, they can see it, no?
Okay, so then send them to me in a PDF file, and we will have them on the same post where we have the recorded webinar. So we'll have a link to that. Okay, excellent. And other than just comments thanking you, there's nothing else, no other questions. If you're new, please remember to go to the GoToWebinar control panel at the top right of your screen and look for the questions chat box and just enter your questions there. It's a great opportunity to ask George about.
Especially now, because as you see, I went through this. It's funny, some of the skills I had to divide it into webinars. This one is very short, and 15 minutes. I went through the whole skill, but just because it's short, that doesn't mean that it's not important. Again, it's so important to start people the right way with the right systems. And by the way, you got, if you are on the call and your upline didn't tell you what to do, you can use this as a way to restart your business, reignite your business. And even if you did it, if you want to reignite the business in the next 30 days, 32 days to convention, it's a good blueprint to follow in order to start your business.
Yeah, very true. And as a matter of fact, this is the one skill that I fell really short at the beginning when I got started in Isagenix. I kept on, bringing people into the business, introducing them, and so on. And then I was so excited trying to get the next person in that I never got many of the early people in my business started right. I wish I had this book. It would have saved me a lot of difficult times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If we have any other questions.
Okay.
By the way, any question that you have, guys, on the business, make sure you ask if it's especially particular to this topic. But if you have another one, I don't mind.
Okay. And this is a question again from Mary. And, I mentioned howtogetgoing.com, and she's asking whether this is George's page. This is the BDP team, the $1 billion project that George is the founder, one of the training sites. Yeah. So let's see. And okay. And let me just.
What you are looking for, guys, this book is amazing. When I started network marketing in 1992, there was a good book called How to Build a Successful Multi-Level Machine, and it was a good book. But and for years was the main book in many network marketing companies. But this one is way superior because first of all, it's more updated to today's markets, and second is really clear and powerful because the other book, How to Build a Multi-Level Machine, was a basic book on network marketing. The cool thing about this book by Eric Worre is that, it has some basic stuff, but also but it goes through the 7 skills and how to develop them, and it's really powerful. And then when you couple with the Isagenix business.com, your site, you have an incredible tool to build the business. There's no, it's incredible. And then, of course, you want to know more about Facebook. Then you can go through our seminar, the webinars that we have on Facebook, or you can even get into the Max Stanger training. Is there another question? I think.
Yeah, actually, here's a question from Matt, and he says, George, you mentioned order forms. When you enroll people, do you use the website or always hard order form? Ask them for the credit card, etc.
It depends. I like to use the order forms that you find in Sound Concepts. It's called the enrollment form because then you have a record yourself of the form, and you can, even if you are doing over the telephone, you can fill it up. And let me tell you why. This is really important. Let's assume that you are talking to a prospect, and the prospect say, get excited. Okay, and you say, okay, let me help you to sign up right now. And you go to the website, and then suddenly your internet is down. Wow. Then you go in panic. But if you have an order form, you just get the information, and then you enter it later. You can enter it right away if that's what you want. Or you can do like Hillary Corney said. And by the way, for those of you that don't know who Hillary Corney, she's one of the top distributors in our team. She's a 6-figure per month earner. She said that she never entered any form until around 9 p.m. because during the day, especially when she's in a 90-day blitz or something like that, she's prospecting. And then after 9 o'clock, then she plays the applications on the internet. But again, I prefer to write it down in case the internet is down or something like that. And that way you don't lose the flow because again, if suddenly you're talking to the person and the person starts entering his or her information, suddenly the internet goes down. Oh boy, that could be disaster.
Yeah, and actually, George, it's a great way of making sure you have the whole information at the beginning. I always got excited when I had somebody, and then I forgot to get that CVV code on the credit card, or I forgot to ask them their birth date or whatever, and then having to call them back was always tedious. It was unprofessional. So the form actually makes sure that you go through everything.
And the form you can do it quicker too, because sometimes, especially when you don't have much time in the business, you are in the internet and suddenly you don't know how to find the president pack or the energy performance pack for the president pack, or you're lost. Oh, that's not a good sign. It is better to write down everything and then we do it ourselves.
Okay, good. So, guys, if you have any questions, please make sure you enter them now. Otherwise, George, any other?
Yeah, next week we are going to talk about another skill that's inviting people to events. And by the way, you use this skill mostly with your distributor base, but also with prospects. It's not as much prospecting, but for example, again, a convention is coming up, and make sure you invite out as many people as you can to be at the convention and celebration. It's funny because this is a multi-million-dollar business, and some people don't see the importance of the events, especially something like celebration. But I don't think there's anybody in Isagenix that has built a multi-million-dollar business that has not gone through a convention and many events before the event start making a lot of money. In my case, I think when I went to the convention, although my income was already high because it was 4 months after I got in Isagenix, and I was able to hit the $11,000 a month in less than 4 months. After convention, my income took double very quick, and the same happened to many people anyway. But a convention is a great way. Celebrations are a great way to connect with other people. And again, next week we are going to be talking about how to invite people to events, your group. And very important that you read that chapter too, because if you don't have plans to go to the convention, it's better that you invite yourself. Make sure you are going to be there.
Yeah, and actually, now that you mentioned convention, those early days, George, I remember clearly that first convention when we got back. That following week, I happened to remain in Utah for a little while after the convention in Las Vegas, and we actually were watching the internet, and we're looking at our downline reports, and they definitely were just growing real fast. One more thing, since we're talking about convention, just want to give you a reminder that you still have about 6 days to assign any tickets, convention tickets that you have unassigned. You can do that by going into your back office and making sure that you assign those tickets. And this applies to those that have been at other events and have bought some of the discount packages and so on. Make sure that you assign those tickets.
This applies also for the gala tickets, by the way. If you have you are transferring a gala ticket, the same thing. Both of them. As a matter of fact, I did today. I did a couple of the convention and one gala ticket this morning.
Oh, good. Yeah, I had forgotten about that. Excellent. Well, then, George, thank you so much. And we're glad to see you're back now from your honeymoon and vacation and so on.
Yeah, that's the beauty about Isagenix, guys. To give you an idea, the residual income for about 3 weeks preparation for the wedding, and then we have about 2 weeks because the honeymoon, and then a week to get ready. This is 6 weeks, and in 6 weeks, it's interesting. Isagenix kept paying me, and interesting that the month of June, that's the month I got married, and then we went to the honeymoon, was I think my best month so far this year. And this is really interesting because usually after June 1st, people think that everything slowed down because the kids are back on home, they're not in school. And it was interesting how they, I was joking, saying, okay, I guess I have to go to more honeymoons. My checks is going to keep going up. And that's so cool. But anyway, this is an amazing thing when you build a business. Yeah, you have to start from there. You start yourself, but eventually you can build an incredible business and residual income.
Well, thanks for the advice. I'll talk to Marlena and we'll go on a honeymoon, another mini honeymoon, and see if our income increases as fast. So then, George, thank you. And thank you to each and every single one of you for joining us today. And we look forward to seeing you then next week for skill number 7 and the close of the Eric Worre GoPro book. So thank you,
Okay, perfect.
George.
See you later, guys.
Good
Thank you
night,
for being
everyone.
on this webinar.